You're probably wondering where the music is. Well, I'm not, because there isn't any. That's just me doing my usual kind of larking about malarkey type of thingy. And, well, it's just what you should be coming to expect from a man with a beard in the kitchen. Now, I may well have just cut the front of this live stream off there, because I don't really know. But it's not like I'm out of practice. I mean, I'm not out of practice with doing live streams. I seem to be a bit out of practice doing them in the kitchen at least, because I've not done one in the kitchen for about 4 days, and that's enough for me to be out of practice, isn't it? Oh gosh, and then I've made a terrible schoolboy error of a mistake of forgetting to even have myself a cup of tea ready for the start of the live stream. So I've got to do that now as well. Oh gosh, indeed. I'm going to come and see it here in 1 second once I've just done this, but I'm sure you can hang on that 1 second that we are indeed actually talking about, and everything's going to be super fine, etc. Shouldn't it? Yes, oh yes, indeed. Oh, there's a start. So, what's going on tonight? Well, I'll tell you quite happily. I am doing some cooking. I'm currently cooking some onions. In the oven are some potatoes. In this pan is a chunk of mince. And I'm going to... Oh, that's a bit annoying. Right, 1 second. Stop making that noise, please. Right, okay. Oh no. Oh no. That's not the way to start, is it? Having to go off and tell people off for making silly noises and then come down and find that my onions are burning. Right, so where was I up to? What am I doing? What's going on, etc. I was making a cup of tea. I was trying to say hello, and I'm trying to do more than one thing at once, which is typical. Now, I was going to do some meatballs and some sort of spicy sauce. The only thing is, there's less than half a packet of mince, and I can't bother messing around, turn them into little balls. So what I'm going to do is simply use the old slicer thing and just cut them into squares, or cubes in fact. Cubes. So I've got to be a bit careful not to be doing this too quickly, right? Small cubes. Gosh, this is a rather strange thing to do. That's a bit big actually. This is going to be a disaster. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be horrible. I guarantee it. I'm going to cook this and think, oh gosh, why did I make that? Onions are cooked, so I'm undecided whether to do the thing where I liquidize them and then start adding some spices to them, or just to have big chunks of onion. So the onions are effectively bigger than the well, lumps of mince. I'm bigger than the potatoes as well because I'm doing some baked potatoes, and I'm only doing that because I couldn't be bothered to peel them, and some of them are like that big, so they're not really very impressive at all. But whilst we have a little bit of cooking off with this here, let's have a quick look to see who has joined me tonight. I can do this from here. Oh gosh, this chair will feel too good suddenly. Now this might actually be not particularly nice. It might feel like I'm just talking from somewhere else. And if you think that me reading while set down here isn't a good idea, please let me know and I'll stop it. Oh gosh. Good evening all. Hi Mustard. Tonight I shall be attempting to moderate via my grandson's giant TV and a mobile phone with a soppy ginger cat on my chest. So bear with me if I'm slower than usual. Bear with you. Patriot number 1 says Greenwood and hello. Hello. No, it's me that says hello from my other channel, wasn't it? A big hello to all. I may be unusually quiet tonight, massively stabbing one finger at the mobile. Oh. Yeah. One finger. Stabbing the one finger at the mobile. Oh, hang on. All chat. Now, do we do all chat on this? Or, no, sorry, live chat on this? Will it make any difference to this one? Because if it doesn't, there's not a lot of point in doing this, is there? Well, we're about to find out. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here, and he says hello. Right, okay, sorry. I'm going to deal with this yet again. Both screaming their heads off up there. So these are coming with me tonight. Right, okay. That hopefully will be the last interruption because these two are going to join me because it's these two making all the noise apparently. Very, very naughty behaviour indeed. So at least you get the company of Cabin and Poppy. Sorry about that. Oh, right. Hang on. Oh, right, this really is multitasking beyond my means here. Beyond indeed. Where was we up to? You can't read these out actually. And yes, we are both here. Yes, that is Barry and Karen. That's it. Barry and Karen. Carry on. Yes, Mustard, me brethren. Hayes says, naming -1. Hello, welcome. Mustard, been deported into Rwanda. Have you tested the canoe for leaks? Asks naming -1. No, I haven't. I've not tested it for anything just yet, but I will do at some point. Ideally, you can't exactly just throw it in the back, can you? And see whether it floats. Right. Have that in there. This is actually more difficult trying to do this live stream because I'm sat here rather than sat over there. So it's a new kind of challenge for me. Oh, lovely. Okay, Tyler Kennedy's back. Yes. Oh, hang on. Let's turn that down, don't I? Come on. Sorry. Sorry about that. More interruptions. Tyler Kennedy, what a pleasant surprise that is. It feels like ages since we've seen Tyler, and I think I can speak for many other people that we have missed a chap. Oh gosh. Might have just palmed their rubbish on you. Good point indeed, actually. Yeah, no, I'm sure that it does actually work. A very good evening to you, must have been everyone in chat, says Andrew Buttigieg. And hello to you, Andrew Buttigieg. Hello, Spotty. Hello, everyone, says Sophie Ellis Baxter. Hi, Barry. Hey, Karen. Hello, Sophie. And that's it. We're actually at the bottom, at the end of the comments already, which is probably hardly surprising because I have literally only just started and it's just been full of interruptions straight away, which is something that I promise will not happen again. Oh yes. So, I'm beginning to think that actually, whilst doing this kind of cooking malarkey, it is going to be a lot more difficult to try and use that as well. Because if I put over there, I have to basically put this here instead, and then I read it from there, then it's not like the writing's any bigger, so I don't think it's going to work until I finish cooking and just sit down. Turn it back up. Oh, what about my cup of tea as well? Forgot about that, didn't I? Or can I? And there's another thing actually. As soon as this oil has come out of this mince, I shall bung that in the pan as well. No, I reckon it's going to look rather strange if I'm just looking down here like this. Crocodile Dundee. Oh, Neil Gibbons, the Gibbonator is here. Hello, hello, hello all. Currently up at the Horseshoe Pass having me dinner. Oh, cool, the Horseshoe Pass. So, I think many of us love the Horseshoe Pass. Even this is misbehaving as well tonight. Oh. Right, my cup of tea, 1 second there. Sorry, sorry. Just feels like I'm just not getting started at all tonight. So, we'll put this over here, and I'll just sit here and just read the comments out as normal until I can just sit down properly. At least you see me doing something here tonight, rather than what normally happens where I just sit and talk to you, or even when I go to work, when I'm at work, and I think, oh, it'd be a great idea to do a live stream at work. And then whilst I'm there, I end up not doing any work because I get distracted by it all. And now my nose feels itchy as well. Right, okay, should be settled now for a bit because I've got my cup of tea, I've got this, I've got that, etc. Right, okay, right, so Tyler Kennedy, who we all welcome back if you remember Tyler. Sorry I've been away, I had to go to court. Apparently not allowed to go fishing in the canal with fireworks. Hello everyone, and G2, what do you do as business? Asks G2. I reckon the answer to that is mind your. I'm only joking. I can't help it. What do I do for business? Gosh, is that really the correct thing to ask though? I mean, because not everybody is in business, are they? Many people just drive a bus. Some people drive a bus. Some people work in the co-op. Others empty bins. Some people do, they do door-to-door sales. And there are a whole variety of jobs that some people just do that isn't actual business for themselves. They just get paid to do it. So, you know, what an assumption. What an assumption indeed. Ah, right, yes, now Buttigieg, well done. Mustard is England's next Prime Minister. Yes, apparently I am. Apparently I've impressed a few people enough to make you think you should be doing the job, which probably would suggest that I shouldn't, but I would do it anyway. Any room on the side for you for the tablet to see and read it on there? Well, any room on the side? Well, yeah, but as I've just shown, the problem is that it's there then, and I'm looking like that. So it's only really going to work when I'm not cooking. I think that's the trick here. Happy Friday, English people, says Stephen S. Paul, and a happy. No, it's still Friday for you, isn't it? Mustard PM, yes, thank you. You don't want to know what I do, says Patriot number 1. I do. Obviously, you say you don't know what if you say you don't want to know what I do, then everybody's obviously going to be asking what it is you do, because that's how our minds work, isn't it? And you know that. That's why I've just said that. Can't make any more mess of what Boris did. Oh, let's not side with any of them. That's what I say here. Some of us happen to like Boris. Now, I thought I'd have to do a live stream tonight because it's been a couple of days since I've done one. I did one yesterday at the lockup. That was rather successful. I enjoyed that. But with today's video of the mysterious vehicle, and it is a vehicle as well, just because it's not the kind of vehicle that you would expect. That's the only way to pitch it, really. I hope that some of you weren't too disappointed. I hope nobody thought, oh, this is stupid, there's no way to watch this if I'd known what it was. But actually, I think the truth is, there will be some that will have thought that. And for that, I apologise, but not sincerely. No, in fact, I apologised as if my arm's being twisted at my back. That's the kind of apology that you're getting for that. Because I thought it was quite a lot of fun. I did, you know. I thought it was a great deal of fun. I'm also interested in, I wonder who was closest in getting that right. Now, our friend Windy Miller left a comment on that video, just typically really, really funny of him. And I mean to do this, but it was only Windy's comments that's made me think from time to time. I need to pin that comment because that's such a good comment. And it wasn't good in what you might think conventionally was good, but he was just saying something about he'd quite like to have the kayak bars on the roof of his car. Not because he wants to do it, but just to make himself look more interesting. Okay, here we go. Right, now I am going to liquidize these onions because they'll make a sauce of it instead of just basically big pieces of onion. So I have a few big pieces of onion, but not loads of them. That's what I think. I'll stick this on here. I almost went to put it on the wrong way around then. That would be rather stupid, isn't it? Rather stupid of me. Rather stupid of me. I'll put it on there instead. If you ever want to do this, then making a sauce with your onions, I want more water in there. Putting loads of water in stops it from splashing everywhere, and it's fine because then you just put it back on the hob, and then it will start to reduce again. And I'm not rushing this. In actual fact, I've got a curry at work that I made last night, and obviously I didn't do a live stream or anything last night, but I did take a picture of it, and I spent ages just letting the onions cook slowly and just liquidising them. And I'm going to say that's probably the best curry that I've ever made. Guess what? I didn't even eat any of it today, which is thoroughly disappointing. But I came home a bit early. I got distracted by some other things, and that's what happens sometimes. So I got a double helping for tomorrow. I have curry for breakfast. Does anybody have curry for breakfast? Anybody think it's a good idea? Or is it just me? Done that wrong, haven't I? Oh dear. Wrong thing, got to do that wrong, done it wrong, okay, you. Oh no, I'm going to, if I go into autopilot when it comes to singing, I will come up with, as I do at work, the most awful songs ever. And I don't mean deliberately awful. I mean, they just come out as the most horrendous things you could imagine. And I don't want that to happen tonight, here. Right, so we're back to reading comments out again for a little while. Whilst I decide, because I haven't done just yet, what else I'm doing with this. I don't mind owl noises, that's not too bad. Just that screaming stuff. Where do we get to? Who's still here? Oh yeah, yeah, of course, not knowing what we want to do. Right, Lord Brennan of Sealand is here. I'm going to have to sign off. Don't want to spoil it to ruin my evening's viewing. Ah, right, okay. Yes, right, okay. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Gibbons, the Gibbon. I'm not going to call you the Gibbon hater because I know you don't hate Gibbons. You like them. I can just imagine Neil in the zoo, and he climbs into the enclosure and goes, "Hello, mate. Would you like a hug?" Sorry if that's not really the right kind of image. Anyway, who hasn't liked my live stream so far? Please do like it. We'll be a bit more consistent from now on. Neil says, I've got roof bars on my ZTT and I've never used them, but they're just there in case I need to transport something. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Now I had roof bars from the Streetwise. What was that? Barney, that's him. Barney the Streetwise. And I thought, I'll keep those roof bars. And I tried the roof bars. I tried the roof bars with not Nigel, sorry, my mountain bike on the top. And there was something about it that thinks, yeah, doesn't that look cool, having a mountain bike on the top of your car? Awfully wobbly and not particularly secure and everything. And it also has a drastic effect on the amount of fuel it uses up. On Fred the Shed, it won't be too bad. Imagine how cool and utilitarian Fred could look with the roof bars being used and the mountain bike on the top, then towing a trailer with something on the back. Yeah. Oh, and then of course, the back end done up for making food with. Make meatball, says Lee. Well, they're not meatballs, they're just sort of meaty squares. Squares of cubular meatiness. Neil says, your food always looks and smells good. That curry you had in the yard looked lovely. Oh, right, interesting. I didn't actually realise that you'd actually clocked it, really. It was very good. As you may have noticed, I did eat it all. And I ate it all because it was really good. Whilst you lot was having a chippy dinner, I just upped my curry. Oh, and the chips that you bought for me as well. Now, having a medium-sized portion of chips and curry as well might have seemed a bit greedy, and indeed it was. but I don't care. I just did it anyway. Pingu Concord is here. Ahoy there, Captain. I like your new boaty transportation device. Thank you very much. I like it too. And the best thing is, because it's so narrow, it doesn't actually take up the space of a car. What it won't do, not when I just do a little bit of shifting stuff around, I'll find that it's kind of the same. The only thing I was thinking that it would be good to actually bung it inside. But the length of it means it wouldn't really work, I don't think. Oh, here we go, Tyler. Tyler doing his usual thing. Mustard last spotted stood outside the Red Line in Littleborough, trying to sell people pickled eggs and shouting, "Buy one, you get one free." I can smell spuds now, actually. Whereabouts are you now then, Tyler? Because you was heading for Hebden Bridge the last time you was on here. You can imagine me in a zoo quality, that is. Of course, Neil. Of course. I can't work out how to light the stream on this mobile phone. I feel like such a dinosaur. I think there's 3 dots. Oh, right, Andrew Buttigieg's already told you. Thank you, Andrew Buttigieg. Thank you very much. That's very, very nice of you to do that for me. Oh, yep, yes. And so now we're back to having caught up with the comments yet again. It's nice and easy this tonight, actually. Nice and easy indeed. Have a little stir up of the onions. Oh, and by the way, I've been quite busy tonight because look, I've already made some bread. I did that just as I got in, and then I thought best do some of the cooking. But what other kind of cooking? What do I do? Do I actually make this into a sauce or just a sauce on the side? That's such a not tricky question. Normally what I find the best way to get the best out of your spices and things is actually to cook them ever so slightly on heat for a short period of time, and then you get them off the heat before they burn. Burning them straight into liquid, it doesn't really bring the flavour out as much. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do. No, it's not. I've had a thought. I've had a good thought. In a bit, when these meaty matters, when the meaty matters are cooked enough, I'm going to bung them on that plate. Use the oil to cook the spices, then bung the oil and the spices into there, most of it. And then I shall add some madras powder to this, so that the meaty balls have got some sort of flavour to them as well, rather than just meat. I mean, meat's not really a great deal of thing, is it? So often meat doesn't really taste of much, is what I'm trying to say here, which sounds a bit kind of wrong. Now, does Madras curry powder have an awful lot of salt in it? Because what I'm naturally thinking is that meat wants some salt in it, but there might be too much in this already. But there's too much, not really too much. And coriander, turmeric, chilies, mustard, Bengal, gram farina, cumin, black pepper, fenugreek, garlic, then salt, then fennel, then poppy. So it's not actually not what I thought at all. It was interesting. It was very interesting, actually. Now, when you do your own spice mixes, salt can be right down there at the bottom. I mean, salt is actually useful for bringing the flavours of things together so you can taste it all more, and you do actually need a bit of salt. But what you don't need is loads and loads of this stuff. And most of us probably, if we have any kind of convenience food, have just a little bit too much salt, as it already is. And we don't want that now, do we? Now, how convenient would it be for me tonight to not have to edit a video? Very convenient. So do I have to edit a video? No. But am I going to do one anyway? I don't know. I've got a video to edit, a Turbo Tom video to edit, And I'm going to have to tell you, it's not all good news. It's not all good news at all. And I think it's the kind of thing that lots of people are going to want to see. But I also can't be bothered tonight. So I don't think I'll bother. I'll just relax tonight. It is a Friday after all, isn't it? What kind of thing should you do on a Friday? Anyone got any suggestions besides have some food? Let's see whether there are any more comments for me to read out. Read. Ooh! There we are, that's where we got to. Let's catch up again. Catch up and I can carry on. Have you ever had meatloaf, Mr. Mustard? Yeah, I think so, but not for a very long time. I don't remember being that excited by it. I mean, how do you make it? It's just mince, isn't it? Probably flour and egg to bind it all together, and then with some sort of pastry. See, I don't even know what meatloaf is. You're very welcome, PM Mustard. I'm in Middlewich now. Oh, well, that's a bit of a way off. You must have thought you're getting a bit too close to where Mustard is, and you've just basically escaped. You've got your canal barge and just thought, I'm going to go as quickly as I possibly can before he turns up. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 also knows Barry and Karen. It's easy to make and no jokes about fat dead singers, please. Haven't got those because the grandson has cast the stream to the TV. Ah, I see. I shall like it when I get home. I just have to imagine I've liked it already and add one to the current one. Well, that's very kind. It is nice that you would want to like it. It's nice that you will do at some point. It really is. I'm very appreciative of it. I am. And because the Greenwood can't do her like at the moment, maybe somebody else should do it for her. Well, that's all you've got to do. Just press that likey thing up there and everything will be fine, won't it? Be sound. Pingu says, it would look good on the top of Fred's roof with the lanky one aboard. Plenty of head and leg room for his reverence. Yeah. Now I have, what was it, when I still had Eric, I really had this idea that I thought would be great to put Bum Boaty in the trailer and just drive him around the yard a bit. But I know that kind of thing's actually a lot more scary than it looks, because especially in a trailer that's so narrow, because it would sort of rock from side to side, and he would be properly scared, and then I'd feel bad about it. But then I'd end up going faster than I should do, just because I enjoy watching him being scared. No name says fishies. Yes, there are fishies behind me. Hello, Charlotte Cassliston now. Right, Charlotte Cassliston. Hello, Pingu. What's he yapping about? I'm watching the fish. You're welcome to watch the fish. One of the reasons why I like them in the background. Oh, hang on. We've got two Charlottes. I thought you were the same person. Hello, Andrew. Sorry, must multitask, says Sophie. I have made curry too. Charlotte C has retracted a message, so must have been something that you regret saying. Hello, Charlotte and Charlotte. Hello. Boaty boat. Boaty would fall out. He wouldn't fall out. I could use a ratchet strap, because I'd need a ratchet strap to actually bung it on the roof in the first place so it didn't fall off. Because I haven't actually got any roof. Oh no, I have got roof bars. What am I talking about? I've got the roof bars that came with Barney. I could use those roof bars. And then, of course, the canoe would actually just strap to the top of that, and then with a separate ratchet strap, just wrap it around the good Reverend and take him for a ride. He would love it. He really would. Honestly, trust me, he's a vicar. I should be a doctor, you know, because that would make this dynamic even better, wouldn't it? And I'll tell you what, I mean, really, I could be, because as far as credibility is concerned, if I could be the same level of credibility as a doctor as he is with a priest, I'm already there. So maybe I should start calling myself Dr. Mustard. And although he has a certificate to say that he's been ordained, I don't have one to say I'm a doctor. So, could I just get one off the internet from somewhere that genuinely makes me look like I am one? Yeah? I reckon that's what I need to do. Disagree if you will, but I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. I deserve to be a doctor. That's what I think. So a plate of meaty bits there that I haven't finished cooking. Oh no. Don't go thinking I finished cooking, because I haven't. And so, with the next step, indeed, what I haven't got here is any tomatoes. Well, I've got a tin of tomatoes, but I don't really particularly want. Yeah, well, I'll open them up. I'll open them up, peeled tomatoes, and just have half of them, I think. Just half. Right, now, I'm not going to do anything particularly spicy with this, so I'm going to have cinnamon, ginger, cumin, coriander, and mustard seeds. But really, it should have a bit of chilli, shouldn't it? It's not good without any chilli at all. That would be just stupid. That would be making fun of itself, wouldn't it? First of all, mustard seeds. Few of those. Cumin, also quite easy to cook. We don't go too far wrong. Then we'll have some chilli powder. That's enough. I like to use some fresh chilies, really, but yeah, they're a bit too easy to go over the top with. We don't want that. More about being a kind of a fragrant spiciness to it. And we get that with the cumin and the coriander. Oh, shit. That's going to be exceedingly coriandery. I mean, cinnamony, look at that. Oh dear, that is a mistake. But you never know, you just never know. It might be a happy mistake. It just looks like gravy now. Look at that. Gosh, it doesn't have smell. I don't even smell badly, it's just quite often I would do like natural yogurt with those particular spices, but not the chili. And it just really works. It tastes really nice. Heat it up now. My cup of tea's gone. My cup of tea's gone. My cup of tea's gone. I've been warning about these terrible songs, aren't I? And then I start doing another one. Come on, let's get a bit. Come on. So I'm using the wrong ring. I'm using the wrong thingy there, rather than the one that blats out loads and loads of heat. Because I don't want to burn the spices. I was using the other ring. Why don't I just put it under the ring? I'll tell you why, because I don't need to. Because there we go. That will do. That will do. I'm clumsy tonight. Really clumsy. Right. I wouldn't say I was a clumsy person, but tonight I really am. So I don't know what's going on. That's all. Luckily, that bit of tomato landed on my foot rather than somebody else. Somebody, seriously, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Half a tin of tomatoes for half a job tomorrow. Oops. So much cinnamon there, it smells almost like chocolate. It looks almost like chocolate. And it's safer, better to pour in the liquid onion into there or go the other way around. Have I made my mind up yet? No, I haven't. Lots of things I don't seem to be able to make my mind up about today. That's one of them. So let's turn this back off again. I'm going to go straight in there instead. Thank you. I made a lot more of that sauce than I really wanted to do, to be honest. These need to be browned off and slightly crunchy on the outside as well. So there we go. Now, I have got a beer in the freezer. Fridge. Put in the fridge. So I'm going to have it, and then we're going to change this all together. We're going to go and sit over here with cabbage and poppy, and I'm going to read out the comments from here because that's just going to simmer now for sort of half an hour or so. So what I'll do, I need my glasses. I need my glass. So now, if you want to tell some jokes or anything like that, or get me to read out any kind of nonsense, then here's the time to start doing it, because I will just read them out in front of the fish. Hello, fishy friends. How many people we got on the go here now? 21 or 16 watching. That's not very many, is it? What a shame. Maybe we'll change that now just by reading some stuff out. Right, so where was we up to? There we go. Fishies, okay, Trace. What's he yapping about? I'm watching the fish. That was that one. Multitasking. Voted would fall out. Right, okay, so we haven't got absolutely loads of comments. So that means that if you are now new to the live stream, you will most definitely get your comment read out should you want to. Work starts on Doris tomorrow. Yes, that is good news. Poor old Doris, dented Doris. Pingu's done himself 1,000 miles in it, and the head's gone on it. And that is unexpected, because the one thing I did believe and was told about that car is that it had been very, very well maintained, and the way it drives, the way it sounds and everything would definitely have suggested it. So I reckon we can all assume that Pingu has been rallying it. Who is next on the famous YouTube interviews, asks Barry. Well, it rather depends on who comes along, I suppose, but we did a few, then we had a break, then it was only really when I was talking to Steve, and he said, oh yeah, I'm well up for that. And not only was he up for it, he reminded me, he was like, yeah, I really want to come along and do that. And if you watched the dinner with Steve, then you really do get the impression he's very, very happy to sit and talk with anyone for hours, because he really is. It was a good laugh, that one, actually. A ratchet strap and a high-vis vest would make it totally safe. That's true. The high-vis vest, so that when anybody wanting to have a crash into something would spot the high-vis vest and think, let's not crash into that man. And so they don't. It would be safe, but it just wouldn't be legal, that's all. That's the only trouble with it. So I'm not sure that we could actually do that. Dr. Mustard, with a question mark, asks Stephen S. Paul. Yeah, why not? Why not? I could be... if I had the money, I could be a doctor, couldn't I? All I've got to do is just prove my credentials with money, and then I could just buy something. And I'd know it wasn't real, and you'd know it wasn't real. And the people who sent the certificate would also knew it was real. So the only real way would be for me to go off and do a doctorate in something. Well, what could I do? What could I be a PhD in? Could you do a PhD on multicoloured rovers? That's true, Pingu, yes. A cup of tea for Dr. PM. Sienna, hello Sienna, says hi. You're making me feel hungry again, Captain. Well, I'm sorry about that. Maybe the amount of cinnamon in that particular thing will stop me from feeling hungry. All our jokes are deeply unpleasant, says Barry. That is the problem, isn't it? I suppose that. I don't know. I'm a bit. When it comes to jokes, I do tend to think it's a joke. That's really what it is. It doesn't matter how unpleasant it is. It is just a joke. But it doesn't necessarily mean I want to read them out. Megan Billick, you'll get more next time. Will I? Get more what next time, Megan Billick? Oh, and thank you for joining the live stream, and I hope you have liked it, because liking the live stream is the one thing I really enjoy. And of course, having new subscribers. The new subscribers don't really come along quite as much with this amount of people watching, but they do come along a bit. So, I might just finish this one off and then find there's loads more. In the good old days where the live stream on the horizontal thing was working exceedingly well, I would be really excited at the end of the live stream to see how many new people had joined. And it was usually quite a few. In fact, I think the best I ever had was something like 80 new subscribers in the course of an hour. That was really exciting. That was really enough to spur me on to just keep on doing it. Yeah, there's some meaty friends in there. Did you hear about the gay cowboy? He rode into town and shot up the sheriff. My grandson would like a wave, please, Mustard, says the Greenwood. Say hi to James. Hello, James. How are you? Hello. It's me. It's Mustard. You're watching. You know it's me. Hello. He can't stop laughing at you having a beer on a live stream. Why? What's wrong with that? Ow! Why? What's wrong with having a beer on a live stream? It's probably the best time you could have one, isn't it? I feel like I've got a migraine coming up. That's not going to be particularly pleasant. Mustard, can you name an election promise for an edit? If only he was actually really doing it. But nobody really trying to do politics. Is it politic or politics? I want to believe it's actually politic rather than politics. That the S on the end has come about because of it becoming easier to work. I don't know, easier to work. Something like that. That's a politic. So, name something for an edit. What exactly was it? Name an election promise for an edit. Okay. Now, How many men do you see trying to be Prime Minister, sat down in front of a fish tank with just a t-shirt on? I have taken the cool Prime Minister to the next level. No suits for me. I'm sat doing a live stream with a beer. Who else has ever done that before? Hey? Who? Nobody. That's who. And that's how you know you can take this man seriously when it comes to getting Britain back on track. So, yeah. Alright? Has that filled you full of confidence? And you know my policies on potholes? Potholes should be a thing of the past. We shouldn't be driving around, bouncing up and down out of holes in the road. No. We know they're there. We know that holes are in the road and they damage our cars and our tyres and our sense of pride in the UK. So, we should fix the potholes before fixing any other problem. That's my promise, right? Okay, thank you very much. Hi James, Chris Bowen, everything mustard, I hope you're well. Oh no, evening, not everything. If you could sum up being northern in one word, what would that be? Northern. You just done it yourself. Why would you need to go any further than just saying exactly that? Would you, eh? Who else is a northerner here in this stream? Now, I'm not even a proper northerner because I wasn't born in the north. I was born in the south. I was born in Hampshire. I was 3 years old when my parents moved up here. And then I was 26 when I moved to the south for a while. I moved to the south for 15 years. And then I came back up. So I am more of a northerner than a southerner, but I'm still a bit southern because of it. Just thought you should know that. Yeah. You can't make too many jokes with Boaty. He gets offended quite easily, which is odd when you think about the stuff he says. I think it can be a bit difficult to judge, but the trouble is, jokes are one of those things where we all think we can take a joke. We all kind of say you should be able to joke about everything, but then there's usually that one thing that you're not comfortable with. And so there are things that he's not comfortable with. There are things that I'm not comfortable with, but I wouldn't honestly tell you what they are. And there are things that other people aren't comfortable with as well. But I think the fact that the likes of Jimmy Carr and Ricky Gervais do so well out of being completely obnoxious with it is because they simply don't say that there's something you shouldn't joke about. Did you hear about the gay whale? That bit at the end of the subframe. That bit at the end of the submarine and sucked out all the seamen. Grandson is in hysterics now. He didn't believe me when he said that you were live. Well, I am live, James. Most definitely, I am live. In fact, just to prove it, I'm going to do this again. Hello, James. Oh, risking popping the meaty bits out onto the floor. Let's not do that too often, eh? I'm a bit worried that this thing I'm cooking tonight I've already completely ruined by cinnamon. So, maybe I should just have a little taste. You can watch me have a taste of something that I have definitely bunged in about 5 times too much cinnamon. Oddly enough, it's alright. How I've managed to get away with that, I don't know. What it does need though is a bit of black pepper. I think, actually. It's one of those things where, as long as you've got some chilli in there, it'll still work. Just like if you go too much chili, then you can always do something about that, like adding some yogurt. But actually, that's better than I was expecting. Oh, my bread's all rising as well. The bread's properly trying to escape out of the dome. The dome of stainless steel bowl hood. All right. How is Turbo Tom's project coming along? Asks Pingu Concord. Whoa. Sorry. Well, the answer is it's come along fantastically. It really has. The engine works. It works. In the next video that you'll see, you'll actually witness the engine turning over. Oh yeah. Yep. That is the truth. So, I'm not going to give it away though. Oh no, I'm going to keep you all in suspense. Because, although it turns over, there is another slight issue. Another slight issue that could, I think, compromise the whole thing in a rather big way. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I can't tell you what it is because it would spoil my own video. Just like telling you that I was given a canoe would spoil that video. I mean, really, if I'd have just told you that somebody had given me a canoe, nobody would have watched it. Bayek. Oh, Bayek. BBC, better Britain captain. Yes, I'm all up for BBC. Absolutely. We all need a bit of BBC in our lives, and that is the kind of BBC that we need. Everyone. We all do, don't we? Yeah. And I shall help provide that for all ladies, I mean everyone who really wants it. Thank you very much, Andrew Buttigieg. Bayek. Good question, Pingu re Tom Turbot. Oh yes. That says Turbot actually. Boaty is quite fragile, says Stephen S. Paul. The guy from SETI Alpha 5, what's the similarity between Ayrton Senna and George Michael? That's a naughty one. That's a very naughty one indeed. And because of that, I can't. I'm going to do the same thing. Boaty doesn't just not really read its sales. Yeah, very naughty. I think I've heard that before actually. No, right. George Michael died with a chocolate bar stuck up his backside. He was a careless with his whisper. Cinnamon makes everything taste better, or cinnamon makes everything better, according to Pingu Concord. But does it? Right, okay, now, I remember when I was about 17 or so, I'm thinking, I like the taste and smell of cinnamon. I wonder what that'd be like in coffee. Yes, cinnamon and coffee. And I think in the kitchen there were some cinnamon bark, and so rather than just putting the bark in the coffee and letting the hot water do the thing, no, I just broke it up in that. I broke it up into lots and lots of little pieces, mashed it, crushed it all up, so basically there was way too much. And I thought, that doesn't work. And it didn't, not at that level, no. Maybe a little spoonful would have done, but no. Of course, we have cinnamon with more sweet things, don't we? And tomorrow I shall be doing some more stuff with cinnamon because I have some pork steaks in the fridge. And the thing I made the other day with that, the Chinese style gravy, it was so good. I feel like I must be actually just a natural in the kitchen because I just do things, I just fling things together. I'm like some sort of sorcerer out of control that makes loads of mistakes. But for some reason, never really gets it that far wrong. But that was actually properly good. Oh yeah, that's where. Chris Bowen. Very interesting. You're a man without borders, a nomad, if you will. Perhaps that's why I find you so entertaining. A man without borders. That's something that nobody's ever said to me before, and I don't really know quite what you mean. But I don't mind. You can carry on thinking that. You could even explain it if you like. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's have cabbage and poppy and shot, because these two haven't done any harm, have they? These two are probably rather disappointed that they've had to come downstairs and endure this live stream. Oh. Now I do find that a bit funny, Barry. I find that a bit funny, but I daren't read it out just in case somebody snips it for an edit. That I really wouldn't do, but it does involve Michael Jackson and his girlfriend. Trace, will young James be watching Boaty's live? Now there's a point. How old is James? Because there may be some things here that are just a little bit unsuitable for a person that is actually younger than 18 or 16 or what have you. Oh, you tease, says Andrew. Don't know what about. What was that about? Hey, who's teasing you? Who's teasing you, Andrew? No, Andrew. Right. Ah, right, I see. Yes, right. So we know for definite that that is going to be unsuitable, which means I've got to, and I wouldn't do this just for James, but I couldn't read stuff out that is unsuitable, knowing that. Jason Tran says hello. Hello, Jason Tran. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, Jason. And there we go. I've actually caught up the comments again, which means that I should do my proper thing and have a stir up, have a mix up, or whatever. You just have a check over there. Have you noticed how close the fish are? As I'm sat here, they're like dogs. You know, if you've got yourself a dog, it will just come and sit next to you, won't it? And the fish are exactly the same. And if I put my hand in there, they don't really want to sort of climb into it particularly, and some of them are just a little bit timid. I'll put my finger there, but others, like the one rosy barb we have left, and the platies, and the swordtails, and the tiger barbs, they're actually really quite happy. Oh, and the gourami as well. Yeah. Now, where was I got to? I can smell sort of overpowering cinnamon again now. The Madras powder. Normally what I'll do is roll the meaty things up in the powder, so the meaty things become coated in the Madras stuff. But today I've chosen not to be arsed. Oh. There we go. Stay there. Stay there. Oh, also lots of, probably about 5 small potatoes in the oven, all happily being cooked. Open the oven door and let all the steam out. The trouble with potatoes in this instant is that when you have a potato, what you really want is cheese, isn't it? And slightly currified meat seems to be the wrong thing. Oh, but look at those. Look at those. They look quite good, actually. But there's actually a bit of waiting being done, or cooked. which is probably a good thing. Because so am I. Now, it is time. It is time to say something else, say something exciting, come up with some suggestions, say something to me that you think I would disagree with. Try and insult me. That's a miss the old trolls thing. Gosh, that was brilliant. Right, so, oh wow. I've got some sort of thing on my gum that's popping out of it. Comes up from time to time. It's not really painful, but it makes it feel like my face is going to swell up. James isn't old enough for the unsuitable stuff, says the Greenwood, but I did check the comments to allow him to be in the room. He's gone to his room now, he's farted and left happy that a famous person said hi. I like being called a famous person, although I don't really entirely agree with it. I generally find people who have moved around or travelled are somewhat more free and spirited and creative, says Chris Bowen. From watching your videos, I get that feeling about you. Well, thank you. I haven't really properly travelled. I moved up here because I had no choice, and I moved down there because I was looking for an opportunity. Actually, I was looking for an opportunity, and there was a particular lady that I was involved with at the time who also moved down there. And my dad, Senior Mustard, moved down there to Farnborough, where he relocated with work. And it just so happens that this girlfriend I had, when she finished university, had to move to Farnborough. And I was thinking, well, wow, isn't that amazing? What a coincidence. So I made sure I moved down as well. And then she dumped me. So that was the worst bit. I mean, I've had some astonishing dumpings going on, but that one is only number 2 of unpleasantness. Anyway, so I got down there, I stayed down there, I went and did some sales work. I spent quite a bit of time selling vacuum cleaners, Kirby vacuum cleaners, if anybody's heard of those. I just kind of fell into this opportunity, as it was labelled, and actually I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I did it for quite a while. I sold loads of them. I was kind of really at home going into people's houses and not leaving until they bought something. Until eventually, something just went, nah, that's not you, that. And it wasn't, to be absolutely honest. And so I decided to take a punt on teaching guitar. I've been playing guitar for how long at that point? About 10 years. I started that quite late. And I've done an awful lot of guitar playing. I used to spend hours and hours every day doing it. And I thought, why don't I just see if I can show other people? And you know what? It worked out fabulously. It really did. I did a little stint in a music shop as well, just before that. But I put an ad in the Yellow Pages when the Yellow Pages was a big yellow book. And what happened was the phone started ringing. Before really mobiles, the thing that everybody has, the landline, the phone was ringing, and it was ringing again, and it was ringing again. Within a month, I was booked up. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. To the point where I thought, I need to put my prices up because these are too cheap. And then around 2000, I was actually earning a decent amount of money for a while. And then I got into teaching in the schools as well. And then suddenly I kind of crashed because I was doing way too much. Way too much. But I was sort of skipping through my life a bit here, which I wasn't really expecting to do. I got really into doing lots of compositions, and then I got into doing YouTube stuff for the guitar. And that was a bit of a distraction. Then the guitar lesson just kind of tailed off because I wasn't really concentrating that much on doing it. I just kept going off and doing my own thing until I moved back up here. There we go. There's a little life story for you. Sorry I didn't know James was that young. At least he's one of us now, says Andrew Buttigieg. I'm sure he will be. Well put, Chris. Oh, thank you very much. Scott Frenzel, I love your live streams. Well, thank you very much, Scott. I'm sorry it's taken me a little while to actually get to where I am. It was only 4 minutes ago. I shouldn't feel that bad about it. It's not like I'm half an hour behind with the comments like somebody I could mention. Actually, I should say that, but I also think, I say that in jest because I think if you're going to watch somebody on a live stream, it should be because you like watching them rather than because it's just about having your comments read out. Tyler Kennedy, when I'm king, I'm going to bring a thing out called Spliff Monday, whereas the government sends you a spliff every Monday and you have to start work till Tuesday. Some might like that. Wendy, says Andrew Buttigieg. Not sure what that means. That's okay, Andrew, says Greenwood. I generally keep family details off the internet. The old one is 15 and would get the jokes and the rude stuff. If you wanted to be in the same group as me, before I can. Lot. Gosh, this is really distracting. Oh, that's really weird. Hope it goes away soon. Virgo Pinto. Oh, it's gone now. It doesn't smell or anything, so it's not. Right, there's something that just popped into my mouth and tasted, wasn't there? What a weird one. Virgo Pinto says, hello host, I think. Kirby versus Henry Hoover, which is best, asks Pingu Concord. Well, the honest answer is Kirby. There's a reason why I could sell them, and that is that they weren't very good. They're really good. I mean, they weren't lightweight. They're proper cast pieces of metal. They're heavy. They're made to do the job and carry on doing the job. Some proper old engineering. I think that's why I like them. It's definitely not the kind of thing now. I mean, I remember these were knocking about then as Dyson was becoming big. But you could prove just how bad a Dyson was with one of these things, because Dyson was, although considered good, actually a bit on the flimsy side in comparison. Would I have one? No. Nah. Too heavy. Where would I put it? You need, for the one of the Kirby vacuum cleaners, what you really need is a house with a big carpet. If you're using it with a car or something like that, it's a bit awkward. And besides that, if you can't get the normal stuff out of your car, that carpet, with a normal vacuum cleaner, then you really should clean it a bit more. Henry's the way ahead, I reckon. Good old Henry vacuum cleaner. I think the reason why so many cleaners have Henry vacuum cleaners is because they do the job really well, and they last, and they're not expensive. Oh, done you host? They said that last time, Fergie. I don't really quite know what that means, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to head off. Have a safe weekend, says Barry and Karen. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the weekend, Barry and Karen. Yes, Putty Cat is here. Hello, Putty Cat. I have some funny names for you. Are you ready? I am ready. Of course I am. Bollocks. Oh gosh, that's one of the things I really enjoy about beer, is it does make you burp, and I like burping. Ah, right. Yes. Well done. Well done, Andrew Buttigieg. Yes. Yes, she was. Yeah. When did that come out? That was one of Boaty's live stream from about a year ago. Wow. I think the thing is, if you go onto a Boaty live stream, as we've done many together, if you say something that is personal, there will be somebody who will remember it. You're absolutely right. Yeah, went to Scotland with her, and she decided that this will be the moment whether she wants to have this man, and also decided that she didn't. And that was the end of it. So I had to spend a week up there feeling very, very uncomfortable. Okay, here's the first one. Oh, Eric Shun. Right, Eric Shun. And if you speed it up a little bit, like many people will do, erection. Except it doesn't really work, does it? It's still erection. Good though, good one. Good one. Oh, Ed Usher is here. Thank you very much, Ed Usher, for joining us. Hello, Mustard. It's been a while. It seems you have repositioned yourself. Last time I checked, you were talking about a large appendage. Well, right. I think a live stream in your underpants is a win. Oh, wow, don't encourage me. You don't realise just how difficult it is for me to not do that, especially when it's warm. I'm definitely the kind of person that once it's warm, I don't want clothes on. I really don't. I don't go to sleep with pyjamas on. I think that's awful. I wake up and I chuck everything off of me and I just lie there like that, like really hot when I wake up. So yeah, it would be that I would do. If it wasn't for putting off the people watching, I would be doing a live stream in just underpants. You can bet. We're still burning away, yeah? These want to be crunchy bits now, I reckon. That's what we want. Crunchy, meaty bits. Bits of crunchy meatiness. Oh yes, done in a non-stick pan. And here's the thought I was having earlier on, and I haven't really looked into why this happens, but wooden spoons, wooden chopping boards. Now, you may naturally think, it's not the most hygienic way, is it, to have a wooden spoon, because a wooden spoon is very, very much, absorbent of liquid, isn't it? And so the same with a wooden chopping board. Obviously, you'd have to be a complete criminal to have a glass chopping board, but the plastic ones like they have in kitchens. But I think actually plastic is a great way to harbour germs where wood isn't. And I'll tell you what, when I finish cooking for the evening, I have my chopping board and I have my wooden spoon, of which I have 3. The oil and the grease just washes straight off the wood. It doesn't stick to it at all. But the non-stick pan, it does. I have to spend ages. I mean, fair enough, stuff doesn't actually stick to it, except for oil, which you probably don't really need in one of those pans. So yeah, figure that one out. Yeah? Figure that one out. So a guy calls a swimming pool company and says, or you could just say, a guy calls a swimming pool company and says, I've got a leak in my pool. And the man answers the phone and says, well, go ahead. It's Memorial Day here in the United States. A lunch with Bertie, when you mentioned it was and Bertie pissed himself. Ah, right, yeah, he would do, wouldn't he? We all call him Bertie now. I reckon we should. We just found out that Grandpa is now addicted to Viagra. Nobody's taking it harder than Grandpa. Very good. Very good indeed. Ed Usher says, I got a feeling you could do a better windmill than Boaty. A better windmill. Oh, right, oh, I see. Yeah, but you mean with the real deal, that's what you mean, isn't it? Rather than using a sock or talk about it. The difference between being all mouth and no trousers is the opposite way around for me. That's what you're thinking, isn't it? But maybe that's not even the case. Maybe it's all pretend. Boxers or Y-fronts? Boxers. Another name, Dixie-normous. Dixie-normous. Helicopter head, or helicopter head. Mustard, where is your beer? Asks Puddycat. Well, it is here. It's another one of the other cheapo little lagers, which are perfectly okay with me. They are cheap and they're pretty good. Wooden chopping boards. Right, there we go. That's what I thought. Wooden chopping boards are apparently naturally antibacterial or something like that. Makes absolute sense. Absolute sense, it does. I hope you don't mind having to keep standing up and coming over this side of the room. They'll be doing a mustard in the kitchen live stream where I don't do anything particular in the kitchen. It's like just talk. Who'd like that? And my assumption is that nobody would. Good point, Pingu. You need a wooden non-stick pan. Right, so how likely is that? Because as long as you've got some oil in the pan, then it's not really going to set on fire, is it? You'd have to have the bottom of the pan as metal, so that it protects it against the flame, and that's where the heat comes through. But you're not going to get that much heat that it would actually set the pan on fire. I wonder if anybody's actually tried to do this, a wooden pan, wood on the inside. What are your plans for the weekend? Asks Puddycat. Well, I might be popping over to see a Allegro man tomorrow for a couple of things. That's the only one I really know about just at the moment. Wooden. Oh yeah, wooden. Bobby Dangler, says Ed Usher, but I don't know why. So, oh no. Chris Bowen, life can be quite unexpected sometimes. I've had some fantastic dumpings in my life. Did you hear about the Singapore Airlines flight with a tuppence? Oh, turbulence, sorry. Yes, well, I did hear briefly about it. But I'm going to tell you again here, for anybody who doesn't really know. I just don't watch the television at all. And I don't even listen to the radio these days. So, in actual fact, if I do hear something, I don't necessarily even believe it, because it's just second-hand on Facebook. And maybe I should actually be making more of an effort to actually see what's really going on in the world. But my world's here, and I have to look after my world first. Oh, good. These are kind of going a bit crunchy now. Oh, only a bit though. Gosh, I think I need to weed now. Oh, I'll have to turn it down and go for one, I think. Oh. It's supposed to be in the middle. It's supposed to be in the middle. We'll just capture these comments, and I'm going to have to just nip off and go and do one. You don't get a weed, do you? You do a weed. Yeah, a non-stick pan. Andrew Buttigieg. I just found out that my grandpa got very badly burnt the other day. Oh, they don't jeff about in the crematorium. Pingu says, have you been dumped more times than you've dumped others? Yeah, I've not really ever been a dumper particularly. I've only ever really sort of done it twice, I think. And that's because normally my decisions about these kind of things aren't that bad, except for this one, which was a bad decision. Took a very long time to get out of it. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Do you? You might do, or you might not. Hi Paul, says Jimmy Quinn, and hello to you, Jimmy Quinn. Nice to have you here. Mustard, how often do you feed the fish? And how many are there out in the tank? Well, I feed them once a day, but we keep thinking we might need a bit more because if they get fed, they give them a nice big pinch of food. And they'll properly scoff it. But fish are notoriously greedy and they'll just make you think that they're hungry. There is, I think, 40 of the little blighters in there. Well, I can't remember because we did have a couple die recently, which is unfortunate, but they don't really, some of them just don't last that well. We've been trying to just go for more hardy stuff. Turn it back down. Jimmy, I had a Scottish rain called Jock Schlong. Mustard, would you date a woman with a wooden leg? Well, I don't think I need to use a wooden leg, to be absolutely honest. Hi from New Zealand, says Art and Crafty. Well, welcome Art and Crafty to this live stream. You are most welcome to stay. And it's good to have somebody else, again, from the other side of the world. Mustard, when the fish died, do you have a proper funeral for a burial session, complete with luncheon? No. No. Best thing to do is just, if you can, you just get them out of the tank and fling them. Which is a bit unfair, really, because they are pets, but you know when one's going to go because the other fish have this sense that something's a bit wrong. So the last one was actually a platy. The platies are normally okay, but it started to lose its colour, and then suddenly these little things here, the tiger barbs, going after it, just keep having a nibble on it and things. And you know that they can see there's something vulnerable going on, and they just want some more food, I guess. Anyway, then later on it was just floating on the top, which is unusual because quite often they can end up being just knocking about, just at the bottom of the tank, not really doing very much for a while. Hi, New Zealand across the ditch, says Andrew Buttigieg. How does a rock pig, Dwayne's Johnson? Is that a joke I'm not getting? Mustard, what is all that chaos in your home? Oh, it's nothing like what it was before. Gosh, that was horrendous. Anyway, I'm going to just have to nip upstairs and go and promise my bladder the relief that it needs. So it won't be long. I'm not. All right. Okay. Yeah. And I've gone back down to the kitchen where I started off my live stream tonight. Oh, it's 10:30. You know, that means that this has been going on for almost long enough. I don't want to outstay my welcome. Yes, I also have a friend from Austria. He's called Herman Wienerwurst. Herman Wienerwurst. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Ah, right, yeah, I see. Pingu says, are there going to be any more Paws and Claws videos coming soon? Well, I don't know. The owner of Cabbage is very keen on this, but the owner of Poppy isn't. So there has been talk of Cabbage specials where Poppy doesn't really appear. That's all I can tell you, because that's all I know. That's all I know. Right. Now then, says Pingu, drain the main vein. Did Mustard go lay down the law? Well, no, not this time. I did earlier on. Because they was being spectacularly loud, which was quite bad, really. Just a thought. Do you think they pretend to be dead so they can get flushed down the loo to freedom? Well, that's an interesting idea. The only thing is, of course, they're in cold water, aren't they? Free Nemo. I did tell Mustard to stop giving the kids Red Bull, but he doesn't listen. Oh, gosh, you don't want to get me on that kind of thing. Anybody with energy drinks, no, not a good idea at all. Energy drinks are one of the terrible things that these days we see knocking about. They don't do anybody any favours. Allegro Man, who looks like Tony Soprano and sounds like Johnny Vegas. Mustard, behind your fish tank, you have a lovely hidden fireplace. Well, there would have been one there at one point, as there is in the other room. But it's not that there. Have you ever exposed it? No. No, I haven't. I've never seen it. We haven't been here that long, and it's something I kind of want to leave alone. I've not even tapped on the wall to see whether it's just some sort of false wall there, so you can tap on the wall and then go, tapped on it a bit too hard, and now there's lots of soot coming into the kitchen. Why would you really want a fireplace in the kitchen? You wouldn't. Well, I mean, you would if you had an old farmhouse, I suppose, and that was your means of actually warming the place up, but it's not. 5 minutes then, okay? Would that do? Yeah.
Get the special yogurt.
The special yogurt?
Yep.
What does that mean? Right, so, I'm looking over there. I'm looking over here then, as if like I was actually, the camera was there. Perhaps I should do it like that. Mustard, my stoner friend, used to have used my daily agenda notebook to roll up a joint. He's now high on my list of priorities. Pre-central heating, fire in every room. Yes, well, the house is pre-central heating at times. I would have thought probably about 1900s, something like that. Mustard, are you in a townhouse? It's not a townhouse, it's probably not quite as old as that. Can we see Mrs. Mustard with some special yoghurt, please? I could show you. I'll show you. The only thing is, we've already overdone it with the cinnamon in this. So that makes me loath to put any more in. I'm going to have just a little bit of ginger and so just a little bit of coriander instead. Oh gosh, balls. And then yogurt. Greek style yogurt. Greek style yogurt, not actual Greek yogurt. So it's Greek style, it's thick yogurt, but it doesn't mean it comes out of goats. I think that's what we're talking about. A dollop of that, and then another dollop, and then maybe another one as well, why not? Mix it all together. And so normally I'll do this with the cinnamon as well. The cinnamon, coriander and ginger. And then let's have a sort of a sweet and fragrant yogurt. I bet that sounds awful because it's really clattering loud. Anyway, let's dish some of this up then. Not necessarily for me just yet. But this is, well, it's ready enough, isn't it? So I'm going to have a little bit of sauce just there. And then some of these meaty square bits. Nice bit of shot. Oh, let's find out. Just 1 second. 1 second or something. Would you like a potato cut in half with some butter? Okay. What's that? Yeah, of course. Potatoes. Kind of oven bound. Here we are, lovely and crunchy. So that one and that one. I'm actually not going to have mine just yet because, although I do feel quite ready, I'm not. Oh, well that's very crunchy actually. Butter, proper butter, not pretend stuff. The kind of butter that you have to keep out of the fridge because it's just too hard. Come on, get it in there. Come on. It's not actually that cold. Oh. Salt, bit of salt in there as well. Right, and there we have it. There's meal one, which there's not an awful lot on that plate, but yeah, considering the time. There you go. No problem. Yeah, just try one of these meaty bits actually. That's good. Right then, I'm going to finish these comments off and probably come to an end there. Oh no. I had a fiver sent to me last night for some beer actually. Should I say who it was from? Right, so that's for another vid. Last time I used a fireplace, it got done for arson. Oh. Mustard, do you ever sit there and just stare at the fish for hours at a time? Not hours, no. But they are very easy just to watch. They really are. They're very easy just to sit and watch. That's the whole point of them, isn't it? They're supposed to be relaxing. And they really are. So not hours. Although I did do a live stream where I left the fish tank on for 2 hours, I think it was. Are they snails? No snails in there, no. Majid Motagi, hello Iran, hello from Iran. James O'Connor, Eddie's Gordon Ramsay of YouTube. Whoa! Yes! Hello, where does Mrs. Mustard like to place her special yogurt? Grab a couple of fish for frying. Oh, we've done that, and the big ones have all gone. I hope Mrs. Mustard likes to consume it with a... Hello everyone, says Pingu, not Pingu, sorry, Hooked on Classics. Hooked on Classics says, of course, Simone, hi, it's Simone. Nice to have you here. Hi Simone, how are you diddling tonight? Says Pingu. Good. Hi Pingu, I'm okay. Putty Cat, what's the painting above the fish tank? The painting above the fish tank is what I really don't want there. But as the wall will be somewhat empty without it, it's been put there against my will, and I really can't wait for my little people to start painting and do something much more interesting, so we can have that there instead. That's a tank full of fish, says Zachary. It is a tank full of fish. Well, it's not entirely full though. It's there's about as many as we need, because obviously these are going to grow as well. Well, some of them will. These torpedo barbs here, I don't know if you can see them, they're all hanging around together. The long ones with the red and black stripes. They can grow to about that long. That's 8 inches. And so they will dominate the tank at some point. And then there are 2 silver dollars. They're just what called the toffee pennies from the Quality Street. They can grow about that big, so they're going to be really big. The rest of them aren't really getting bigger, because they're already at the size they're going to be. And I'm looking forward to having some big fish to fry. I am full of cake my daughter made, so feeling fat, says Pingu. That's the trouble. You can eat cake, but you need to know where to stop eating cake. Salt or fresh? Zachary asks. They are just fresh. They're just tropical fish. No, it's not saltwater. It is. Right, same question, right? Isn't that funny how you should be asking the same question at the same time, eh? Very funny. Very highly amusing. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, I'm going to end the live stream probably in just a couple of minutes, just as I reckon what will happen. I'll have a sudden influx of people and then I won't want to stop. If that happens, then I won't stop. I'll just carry on going, but I don't think it will. But currently there are 22 people watching, which is not a great number of people watching. If I do a live stream on my other channel, I'm getting double that kind of numbers. But a while back I was getting, over 100 when it was going on to the shorts live stream thingy. Pity that's not happening now, isn't it? Right, so it is time to have a nice beer, which is this McEwen's Champion. This is my treat, this is my Friday night treat. It's okay. All right. I wish my little brat grew to 8 inches. You can get them much bigger than that. What I was asking, oh gosh, no, we've got some more people going on now. The barler shark, readily available in the garden centre. You get them about that long and they can grow about that big. So you need a much bigger tank than this just to give them somewhere nice to live. These ones here, the torpedoes, this tank is like the kind of minimum size you need to have those things. And obviously it does look like quite a good sized tank, doesn't it? The trouble is with this is that you start having fish and then you kind of want more. You want more, you want a bigger tank and everything. And there comes a point where you just can't. At work, I have another tank. A tank that started with me was given by Smashing Pistons, also known as Simon, which is about 60 litre. And that got me really wanting a bigger tank. So I thought I'll keep that one at work. I tried it over winter to see whether it could actually keep in temperature, and it could, so I bought a few fish for it. But then I ended up bringing them home, because it was the tiger barbs. There were 4 tiger barbs in the gourami, and I thought I just feel a bit mean having them there when they could be here having fun with all these new friends. Will do. What's your other channel? Asked Puttycat. My other channel, Puttycat, is Project Nigel. Oh, there's a point. I can actually do it from here, can't I? Because that's the one I'm watching it from. You need a fish pump. Fish pump, Ed? Oh, right, I see. Maybe you've been banned in the US. Oh, there's an interesting idea. Is that possible? Because it was the US that I was getting all the numbers from. But why would they ban me? I've not done anything. I didn't do anything bad, did I? I didn't do anything offensive. In fact, I was doing the opposite. I was trying to actually be helpful with people. Thanks, Andrew. One sup, says James Red O'Connor. Yeah, one sup. I'm here in the USA. Yes, of course. But I think, Puttycat, you subscribed to the channel, didn't you? Mild Trap. Right, okay. Mustard, are the Sex Pistols your favourite band? Well, no, not in the slightest bit. Not in the slightest bit. Anyway, I think that is time for me to finish because I'm actually really ready for my food now. And I'm not going to eat it whilst doing a live stream on this occasion. So I'm going to... Is that any good? Yeah, I haven't finished.
Yeah, I know that. Sorry, I didn't like the sauce.
Oh, okay. Is it too cinnamony?
It just don't like the taste at all.
Fair news. Hopefully I will. Right, okay, that is it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Thank you for liking the live stream. Especially thank you for not disliking it, and thank you for commenting and basically subscribing, and thank you for anything else that I need to thank you for, thank you, a very big thank you to Greenwood for moderating tonight. And I'll see you in the next one. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.